You know what? We've got a hand to Araki this week. He took what is a conventional ghost story tale, urban legend tale, turned it on its head, kind of, and actually made it for the basis of the rest of the arc of JoJo Part 4. And I thought to myself, okay, Araki, you're pretty freaking fantastic, dude. I love you so much. You gave birth to Rohan. Rohan's my favourite character in JoJo because he's just so goddamn fabulous. And Heaven's Door is still a terrifying stand. Granted, this week's actually used in a better way. But still, this episode was freaking fantastic, I must say. I mean, Kira's reveal at the end was terrifying. That hand, when that hand was revealed, I was like, yeah, he's gonna be a formidable force the rest of part 4. I must say. I mean, when he got shown, I was like, yeah, that's Kira. I mean, he's gonna be the big cheese in this series, and he's gonna be a massive force to be reckoned with, and he seems that way. So I'm actually really hoping he does actually measure up for the rest of the series. But then that whole hand reveal kind of got me curious. I swear, we saw that hand way back in a couple episodes ago in JoJo. At the end, it's revealed that this hand was severed, and he was actually running with his hand. Granted, the thing I've really got to commend this week in JoJo is the shot composition. The shot composition in this episode was freaking phenomenal, I must say. When you had Koichi and Rohan talking to each other, it almost seemed like manga strips. It was almost like manga panels. I was like, that's actually kind of cool. In essence, it's basically just evoking the whole idea that Rohan is a manga artist, and the way he speaks to Koichi in this episode, sometimes I think it's only used once, but still it's very effective, was in this way. It was used in manga panels. I thought that's actually kind of freaking awesome. And then it's a bit with Kira at the end. When Kira was revealed, he's a passenger in his car as well, because Koichi actually manages to actually kind of whack into Kira's car. And what happens is he's all like, okay, sorry mate, I'm gonna get off and go down that street. And then in the car, he has a passenger. We only see her hand. We don't see anything else. So we kind of sit there and go, okay, so there's a passenger in that car. There's nothing more than that. But then it's revealed at the end, it's actually a severed hand. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he's a bit creepy. So, I mean, yeah, he seems very interesting. But really, the whole focus for this episode was with Koichi and Rohan, basically allowing them to kind of develop as characters and actually kind of have this bond in a way. It's actually kind of freaking interesting because you don't really see these kind of two characters almost kind of just working together what they do. It actually works together pretty freaking damn well, I must say. I mean, the dynamic's actually pretty freaking cool. I mean, Rohan's just an amazing character on his own, but still. I mean, Rohan approaches Koichi and basically asks him, look, okay, Koichi, I want to go visit some houses of my past, because as manga artists, we need to go and get some nostalgia, because it helps us a little bit. And Koichi's all like, you did kind of try to do stuff to me a couple of episodes ago, so I don't really think I want to, but... And then he's all like, okay, so well, screw it, I'll do my own. Because what happens is, he's kind of like, okay, so explain to me this. This map on this panel doesn't have this break in the street. It's just not there. But when you look at it, the break in the street's there. It's actually this alleyway. Why is it there? Can you explain it to me? And then Koichi's all like, oh yeah, you're actually telling the truth there. What's going on there? And then in the end, he kind of goes, well, Koichi, you take me around a little bit. He's all like... But then in the end, he's kind of like, okay, fair enough. They go down to this alleyway. But what happens is, when they go down this alleyway, they actually kind of stop walking around. And then what happens is, Rohan explains that, look, these houses don't appear on this map either. This, one scale map. They don't appear on there. So what's going on here? And then actually start walking around. They actually manage to get back to where they were originally. And then they meet a girl. A girl who says, oh, you lost. And then Rohan's all like, well, she might be a stand user. And then basically uses Heaven's Door. Kind of just rewrites some things in her memory. And then kind of reveals that actually she's not a stand user. She's actually a normal girl. But then later on to the episode, it's revealed she's a ghost. I was like, oh, okay. So she's actually a ghost. That's actually mildly interesting. But he basically starts listing off the things that should happen in her past. But the problem is that the one thing I actually quite like was how Heaven's Door can only actually see into her memories when she was alive. That actually can't see into when she was after that point. So it's not revealed at that point that she's dead. It's only revealed that, look, she actually she has a past. So that's all that's revealed. We don't get that much more than that. But then she kind of just says about this house that had a murder, that actually the girl had been woken up in the night, blood is dripping, and then what happens is she's all like, what's going on there? She calls out for mum and dad, no answer. But she has a dog underneath her bed, so she fears no fear. She's like, that dog's there, no fear for me. And then she goes back, but then the actual dripping goes on for a long while. Then she gets up to investigate. What she finds is her dog is actually just hanging from the coat rack, dead. And she's all like, oh, bugger me, that's interesting. And then what happens is it's revealed that actually the murderer had actually been underneath her bed, because what happens is the dog actually licks her hand so she knows the dog's there. But it's actually revealed that the murderer licked her hand and actually did the whimpering sound. So I was kind of like, oh, but then it kind of struck me. I was like, wait a second. I've heard this urban legend before. And I was like, yes, I have. I actually heard this urban legend a couple of times when I was a kid. So I was kind of like, that's actually interesting. But it didn't reveal that actually the murderer had actually killed her parents and everything like that. And then at the end, it's actually revealed that Rohan's actually inside the house as well, because he was actually studying there because his parents, when he was age 4, had to leave because he had some urgent, like, kind of pressing matters to attend to. So they actually left Rohan at Remy's house, being the ghost girl, to actually study for the night. And then it's actually revealed that Remy actually got him out of the house through the window, and actually that's how he survives. He's the sole survivor of that house. I was like, that's actually kind of interesting. But really, now it's the whole idea that Remy can't actually just pass on unless we actually kind of solve the murder case. The whole idea that actually we need to stop this murdering happening in Morio. Oh, she can't pass on because she's kind of just stuck there. But the main thing really is that Koichi and Rohan can't actually get out of this alleyway. They are stuck there. They can't get out. Every single time they try to get out, they just end up in the exact same place with the letterboxes with a piece of crap on the floor. They can't get out. Then it's revealed that she says, okay, I'm going to tell you something. This is actually the pathway between our world and the next world. So it's kind of like, oh. So it's actually the gateway between that. So it's actually kind of interesting. But then she says, okay, so there's actually a way to get out. You've got to walk down there, just don't turn back. Whatever you do not turn back. You're gonna walk down, turn left, but whatever you do, just don't turn around. Just keep going, fam. And Koichi and Rohan's all like, yeah, sure, why not, let's do that. And then what happens is they're actually getting towards the exit. They're feeling this like kind of force behind them, kind of similar to like with the curse from ReZero. It's kind of like, seems kind of similar aesthetically. And then what happens is Koichi actually reaches the end. But what happens is he actually hears Remy's voice call out for him saying, okay, it's safe now, you can turn around. And he's all like, okay, that's alright, I can turn around now. But then what happens? It's not her voice. She says, that's not my voice, what are you doing? And then what happens is the actual kind of like, I guess, the other world catches him and tries to drag it in. Because if he does get catched by this other world force, he dies as well. His soul gets taken in and gets killed. So he gets taken into the other world. He is stuck there as well. But what happens is Rohan's all like, don't worry fam, I have you because I'm best boy of part 4. And basically just kind of rewrites that he actually can't sing. I was kind of like, okay, that's actually kind of interesting. I actually quite like Rohan's character in this episode because he actually kind of matured a bit. And he also, his stand's matured a bit as well, because he actually has a figure now. His stand actually has a person. I was kind of like, okay, that's actually kind of interesting. But really now it's this whole idea of Kira being this murderer, I'm guessing. He's the main murderer now, so we need to take him down. Otherwise, Remy can't pass on to the next world. She's stuck there until this whole entire ordeal actually kind of gets fixed. And it's also the whole idea that the national average for people disappearing in Morio, it's 8 times the national average in that area. It's kind of like, wow. That's just kind of interesting. We're not too sure whether or not every single disappearance is being killed by the exact same person, but it's kind of theorized that maybe it is. It's kind of like, this is actually a really interesting episode because it really does just set up the basis for the rest of the complete arc now. Now we're getting the whole idea of the main bad guy. The main antagonist is now shown, and he seemed very terrifying. So I'm actually kind of hopeful for what JoJo can do for the rest of the actual entire arc. Hopefully Kira does actually measure up to what he actually is set up to be. Hopefully he is this formidable force, this terrifying being of part 4, more than freaking Dio. Because apparently people have been saying he's actually better than Dio, so it's kind of like, okay. So hopefully he does actually measure up to speed like him, and he actually has like, he resembles David Bowie in a way. It's kind of like, okay, that's actually kind of interesting. So overall, freaking fantastic episode of JoJo. The ghost story is actually pretty interesting, how it all just kind of got turned on its head and actually managed to be the basis for the rest of the series as a whole, and how they actually do the shot composition as well. It was freaking fantastic. And I liked how Okuyasu is basically saying, God, I wish I was born 15 years ago because this girl was my type. I was like, oh man. If you were born 15 years ago, Okuyasu, you would have got Remy as a girlfriend. If only. But yeah, so with all that said, having a driver, I'm now finally caught up with JoJo. So do expect a new review tomorrow, and also expect 91 days, the catch-up session, to actually happen over the rest of the week. So don't worry about that, it's actually going to happen. And then, yeah, so hopefully manga reviews will be out as well. So, yes, with all that said, I have been the driver. If you have enjoyed the video as a whole, you do leave a like. Do leave a like, because it does help me quite a bit. If you enjoy my content as a whole, and you do want to leave a sub, do leave a sub, because it does help me quite a bit. But, with all that said, I've been a driver, and I will see you guys later. Bye for now.